At the end of the Cretaceous period, about 70 million years ago, one of the most famous predatory dinosaurs, the Velociraptor, roamed the land in what is now Mongolia and China. It was part of the Dromaeosaurid family, a group of small but fast bipedal predators. Although the Velociraptor was significantly smaller than other members of its family, such as Deinonychus or Achilobator, its anatomical features made it an excellent hunter. The Velociraptor was a relatively small dinosaur. It reached about 5.9 feet in length and stood around 2.3 feet tall. It weighed no more than 44 pounds. Its skull was elongated and slightly curved, reaching up to 9.8 inches in length, and contained 26-28 backward curved teeth. These teeth were perfectly adapted for grasping and holding prey, just like those of most theropods. One of the most interesting features of the Velociraptor was the structure of its limbs. On its hind legs, it had 4 toes, but one of them was reduced and did not play a role in walking. The remaining toes were equipped with a powerful claw, which was initially believed to be the primary weapon for killing prey. This claw could grow up to 2.6 inches in length and was strongly curved, enabling the Velociraptor to efficiently capture its prey. However, later experiments showed that these claws were not used as knives for cutting, as once thought. Instead, they likely served as tools for grabbing prey, allowing the predator to latch onto its victim's neck and puncture vital arteries or the trachea. The front limbs of the Velociraptor were also well developed and equipped with 3 fingers, the first of which was shorter than the others, and the second, longer and more flexible. The tail of the Velociraptor was quite flexible, providing stability when running at high speeds. Its tail was reinforced with bony projections along the vertebrae, which helped improve balance during sharp turns. The first discovery of Velociraptor remains took place in 1922 in Mongolia, when a U.S. Museum of Natural History expedition unearthed its fossilized remains in the Gobi Desert. In 1924, the museum's director, Henry Osborne, published a paper mentioning these findings and gave the newly discovered species the name Velociraptor, meaning swift hunter. This name was later accepted as the official one. Significant discoveries were also made in 1971 when remains of the Velociraptor and its victim, a Protoceratops, which had been killed during a struggle with the predator, were found in Mongolia. These remains, buried by sand, allowed scientists to make conclusions about the hunting tactics of velociraptors. In particular, the velociraptor's claws found near the Protoceratops' neck suggested that the predator may have attacked its prey by puncturing the neck arteries and trachea. Despite numerous findings, there is still no concrete evidence that velociraptors hunted in packs. All the remains that have been discovered belong to individual animals, which raises doubts about the theory of pack hunting. The velociraptor, a predatory dinosaur that lived around 70 million years ago at the end of the Cretaceous period, became famous not only because of archaeological discoveries, but also through popular culture, especially after the release of Jurassic Park. However, despite its popularity, much remains unclear about this dinosaur, both in terms of its anatomy and behavior. The remains of velociraptors were first found in 1922 in Mongolia, but the real attention came with further discoveries made in 1971. During excavations in Mongolia, remains of velociraptors and their prey, particularly a Protoceratops, were found, providing more information about the hunting tactics of these predators. One of the most important discoveries was the claws, which the velociraptor used to capture its prey by puncturing the neck and vital arteries. This finding forced scientists to reconsider many of the ideas about velociraptor behavior. Another significant discovery, made in 2007, involved the analysis of velociraptor elbow bones. These bones showed evidence of attachment points for secondary wing feathers, leading scientists to believe that these dinosaurs may have had feathers. This discovery supports the hypothesis that velociraptors, like their close relatives, dromaeosaurs, were evolutionarily related to birds. However, there is still no direct evidence to suggest that they could fly. Several theories exist regarding the origin of their feathers. One theory suggests that velociraptors were primitive birds that lost the ability to fly, similar to ostriches. However, this theory has not been widely accepted by paleontologists, as many believe that velociraptors were cold-blooded animals with a slow metabolism, making the presence of insulating feathers unlikely. When it comes to velociraptor behavior, there is often a hypothesis that they hunted in packs, as portrayed in the movies. Although groups of their remains are often found during excavations, this does not provide proof of pack behavior. Currently, there is no scientific evidence supporting the idea that velociraptors hunted in packs, and some experts believe that their social behavior was minimal or even non-existent. In literary and film adaptations, such as Michael Crichton's Jurassic Park novels, velociraptors are depicted as highly organized predators with exceptional intelligence and the ability to hunt in coordinated groups. This version was expanded in the film, where velociraptors often attack humans in groups, which is significantly different from the real-life behavior reconstructed by scientists. Furthermore, it's worth noting that in Jurassic Park and other films about the Mesozoic era, velociraptors are often depicted as being much larger than they actually were. In some versions of the film, their size was doubled, creating a false impression of their scale. In reality, the velociraptor was only about 5.9 feet long and weighed around 44 pounds, which is much smaller than depicted on screen. So, despite scientific discoveries, many aspects of the velociraptor's life, including its behavior and appearance, remain subjects of debate and interpretation, both in the scientific community and in popular culture.